Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel and today I'm doing another video in my Back to Uni series. If you guys are new to my channel and don't know what I'm talking about, every day this week I've been uploading back to uni / back to school related videos. I will leave them all linked in the description box below if you would like to check any of the others out, as well as all of the ones that I filmed this time last year in my Back to Uni series because they are still really helpful as well. Today I'm going to be telling you guys and showing you guys how I take notes for uni and how I set up my binder and my notebooks for taking notes at uni. The only things that I need to take notes at uni are a notebook, a display folder, my pencil case, and my laptop. This is what my notebook looks like. What I do before the semester is I put little sticky tabs in my notebook to break it up into 4 sections, which represent the 4 classes that I have to take that semester. Then when I go into the lectures, I will open up that section of that notebook, write the date and a title for whatever we're learning, and literally just start writing notes on whatever the lecturer says. Your notes are just for you. They don't have to be ordered, they don't have to be neat, they don't have to be perfect, they are just for whatever you think may be important for looking back on later on. Here is one of my previous notebooks. This is one from last semester, and here is an example of the notes that I took in class. They're just random pictures, random words. Sometimes they look more neat, sometimes they look completely messy because I'm just more frantic about writing down what I want to write down. But you're basically just writing down anything that you may think is important, and it doesn't matter how good this looks. Now, if you don't want to use a notebook and you just want to use your computer, this is a very common way that a lot of students use at uni. You're not going to be out of place if you use a notebook or if you use a computer unless your lecturer recommends something. Sometimes when I go into a lecture, they don't want us to use our computers, they want us to just write notes because it is proven that writing notes is going to get it into your head way better than just writing it down on a computer, and you're less likely to get distracted on social media and games and whatever else you do on your computer. But if you do want to use your laptop, you can kind of do the same thing as I've just explained about separating your files into different titles, into different dates, into different weeks and classes and things like that. And I would recommend using OneNote for this sort of thing. If you don't know what OneNote is, I would recommend either Googling it or YouTubing it because they're going to explain it way better than I possibly could, and I don't really use it that often, so I'm not an expert. But just do whatever works for you, and you may want to try out both methods before you find out what works for you. Another way that I know people like to take notes is they like to print out the lecture slides before they go into the lecture, because most lecturers will post the slides before you actually go in, and they'll print those out, and when you're sitting in the lecture, they will take notes around the actual slide and just kind of point things out, highlight things. And that's also a really helpful method as well, and a method that lecturers have recommended for us to use, and sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. Depends on the day. But however you want to take your notes, do it that way. In your lecture, just sit there, take the notes that you think are important. I feel like this gets easier the longer you're at uni. At the start, you don't really know what's important and what's not, but you will learn it after time. So don't be overwhelmed or discouraged if at the start of the semester you have no idea what's going on and you don't know really what you should be writing down. It does take time and you will get better at it. But after I go to a lecture, I'll either go home or go back to the library, or just whenever I have time after my class, I will go and sit down with my binder. And the way I see it, my binder is kind of like the final version of my scrappy notebook notes. This is where I rewrite my notes in a more neat way, I write them more concisely, I paraphrase things, I draw diagrams properly with colors, I put more order and structure into it. It's just kind of like a more ordered, neat version of whatever was in my notebook. It still kind of has the same notes, but it's a lot easier to look back on a more structured, neat version than like a messy, I wrote this in 2 seconds because I was stressed about how fast the lecturer was talking kind of version, you know? This is the binder that I use. It is just a plain white binder that was like $4 or $3 or something crazy like that from Kmart. Then all I do is add in some display folder pockets at the back of the folder, and in this I just put any handouts that I may get in class, whether they're assessment calendars, whether they are worksheets, or just literally random pieces of paper that they may hand out. That's just what I put in the back of my binder. Then I also just put a bunch, like a whole bunch of loose leaf paper, and I divide the loose leaf paper into 4 sections using just cardboard dividers that I also just get from Kmart for like $1 or $2 or something like that. So separate your binder into the 4 classes that you have, and then each week when you go to rewrite your notes from that week into the binder, write which week it is, like just say it's week 9 and we're learning about developmental psychology. So I put that as the title, and then I just rewrite all my notes. Let me show you one of my old binders to show you what it looks like nearing the end of the semester. This is what my old binder looks like. As you can see, I just have all my notes written in there. And you can also see that I've separated each class into the weeks with these little sticky tabs from Kmart. They were like $1. They're super cheap and super awesome for separating it into the different weeks. And that way, when you come back to study the material at the end of the semester before your exams, you can know exactly which information was from which week, and it just helps everything stay a lot more structured, neat, and easily accessible. So the way I see it, my binder just holds all of the important information that I could possibly need for each class. It has all of the notes that I have written out, as well as any handouts they may have given us or any important documents they have given us. And so when I come back to study, everything is all in one place, it's all neat, it's all ordered, and I just like that a lot. It makes me feel so much less overwhelmed when I go to study and just makes me feel better about the whole experience. But that is literally it. That is how I take notes at uni and how I set up my binders and my notebooks and everything I take along with me to class. I feel like it's not the most interesting thing and not the most aesthetic thing, not anything crazy, but you guys asked to see it, and it's definitely something that I wish I knew before I started uni. Let me just say that that is just how I take notes. That is not how I study. Rewriting these notes once or twice is not going to get that information into your head, but this video would be way too long if I did show how I study as well. So if you do want to see that in another video, let me know and I can do that for you. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, especially if you want to see more uni related videos, because there are definitely more coming your way. I do also want to say that I think this will be the last official day in this series. I've loved doing it and loved posting every day for you guys, but it is kind of unrealistic for me to keep posting every single day. So I hope you guys did enjoy these 5 days that I did, but I will say that I have got a bunch more videos still planned. I still want to show you guys what I wear to uni. I would like to show you guys how I prepare for the semester, and that encompasses a lot of different things as well. I would like to show you some snack ideas and some vlogs of like what I actually do at uni, so like a uni week in my life and things like that. So the uni videos are not over, but the daily ones are. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this series. But I think that's it. Thank you so much for all of the support you've given me during this series. I've had so much fun doing it for you guys, and I'll be back very soon with some more videos. Goodbye.
I just had to let you know you're mine.